Good morning everyone and welcome to my channel English Literature. Now it is story time and today I am here with Edgar Allan Poe's Telltale Heart. The story is quite weird and you can tell it is a gothic story. After you listen the whole story you will understand the type of the story. With the first person narrator we introduce with the story and he told us that he has no enmity with the old man, but something is disturbing him. True, nervous, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. But why will you say that I am mad? He again and again confirmed us that he is not mad, he is not insane at all. We must not think him as a mad person doing something these type of weird things, but he is justifying himself, he is giving the reasons why he did these things. He told us that he has no enmity with the old man, he has no greed on his gold or anything else, but there is something peculiar. One of his eyes that is disturbing him, and that is disturbing him to an so extent that he wanted to murder him. I think it was his eye, a pale blue eye with a film over it. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold, and so by degrees, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man, and thus rid myself of the eye forever. So, you understand the situation? The man is telling that he is not insane, he is not mad, but he is over obsessed with the weird eye of the old man that is disturbing him. He feels that it is like a vulture's eye, and whenever he looks at the old man and finds that eye, he feels a tremendous hatred, rage, anger, disturbance, anything for the old man. And finally he decided and planned to kill him. Okay, so he proceeded in his plan. For 7 days he just watched the man when he was sleeping, but every time he entered in his room he found the man is sleeping, and there is no eye he can look at, and he don't get the motivation or stimulation by which he can did the act of murdering. So for 7 days he just followed and came back, but on the 8th day he gained some courage, and then he just opened the door, and then there was sound, creaking sound, and the old man woke up. The old man get frightened and he asked who is there. And in the meantime what happened? The old man looks, and the lantern that the narrator carried with him, just the light fall on the old man's freaky eyes. And at that time the narrator get the stimulation for which he wanted to murder the old man. He waited patiently, but he started listening to the heartbeat of the old man. It was like thumping, and it was so loud he felt that all the neighborhood can hear the heartbeat. It was so loud. So he felt it would be dangerous for him if all the neighborhood learned about the old man's heartbeat. So he just wanted to stop the heartbeat, and he jumped at the old man. The old man fell from the bed, and he just strangulated the old man, suffocated him with the bed. With the bed he just suffocated the old man and killed the old man. And after that he cut him into pieces and buried the body under the ground. And when he finished everything, there is a knock in the door, and he found there was 3 policemen came in. They asked him, there was a screeching sound, the screaming sound they heard, and the neighbor just called him to investigate the case. The man was so confident about his work that he done so perfectly, he had nothing to fear. So he just led them to the old man's room. He was sagacious, he was so overconfident. He just started talking, oh, it was actually I was creeping in my dream, it was a nightmare. And he just led them to the old man's room. He informed that the old man is not in his room, he is out of the country to some neighbor or to some relatives. And in his extreme overconfidence he placed 3 chairs. He arranged the chairs on that particular place where he buried the old man's body. Okay, and there he placed the chairs, and the police started chatting with the policeman. But but gradually he feels there is a ringing sound inside his head. The sound was growing deeper and deeper, louder and louder, and he felt that he has to talk with louder and louder to just overcome the sound. He has to, even he was using gesticulation, using his hands and voice so much. After that he realized that sound is actually not in his head, it is in the outside world, and the sound is actually the sound of the old man's heartbeat. So he feels that the three policemen, everyone can hear the old man's heartbeat and everyone can hear the sound, and he felt that everyone is mocking him. The three policemen seated there are mocking his situation. They even can hear the sound, but they are just enjoying his frustration, his devastation. So he can bear no longer. It was so painful, so horrendous. He can bear no longer, and he screamed out. He screamed out to explain his villainy. So I am reading the last part. Almighty God, no, that they heard, they suspected, they knew. They were making a mockery of my horror. This I thought and this I think, but anything was better than this agony. Anything was more tolerable than this derision. I could bear those hypocritical smiles no longer. I felt that I must scream or die, and now again, hark, louder, villains, I shrieked. Dissemble no more. I admit the deed. Tear up the planks. Here, it is the beating of this hideous heart. So finally, the narrator just conveyed his crime in his extreme insanity, and everything is finished. Okay, so if you are interested in reading this story, you can go for Edgar Allan Poe's short story collection, and you can find there is same type of story, another, the Black Cat. I have read that story, and in that story also the person's villainy was exposed by himself, his overconfidence. In that story also, the same situation and same surrounding, you will find that the overconfident criminal led the policeman to that particular crime place, and that led to his disclosure. Okay, so bye now.